Estados Unidos mexicanos, licenciado Enrique Peña Nieto.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We shall now hear the message of the President of the United Mexican States, Mr. Enrique Peña Nieto.
Representatives of the media, good afternoon to all of you. Next November 8th, the United States people will elect a new President of the United States. I am sure that the electoral process will continue being intense debate, idea contrast, all of these characteristics of all the grand democratic tradition of the U.S. Just as well Ms. Hillary Clinton as well as Mr. Donald Trump, I have publicly expressed my respect. And it has been with the President and friend Barack Obama. The next President of North America will find in Mexico and its government a neighbor that wants to work constructively to strengthen even more the relationship among our nations and to confront together all the challenges that we face together in common. I believe that there's great opportunities for both countries. If we decide to take advantage of these points as good friends, allied and strategic allies, beginning from a relationship based in mutual respect, even though we may not agree on everything, I trust that together we'll be able to find better prosperity and security without losing sight of security and independence are the most important in all of what we value. Any close relationship needs to be visited and renewed from time to time. We always need to be open to discuss what has worked and what hasn't. How can we improve on things on both sides of the border? How can we clear and understand misunderstandings and understand each other better? So, keeping that in mind, a few days ago I sent a letter to both presidential candidates, both to Ms. Hillary Clinton and to Mr. Donald Trump, asking them to have a meeting and to have a constructive meeting of the shared future of our countries. I have met today with Mr. Donald Trump, and in the near future I hope to do so with Ms. Hillary Clinton, with whom I have been pleased to have discussions over here in Los Pinos in the past. We may not agree in certain topics, but his presence here, Mr. Trump, demonstrates that we have a fundamental coincidence. Our respective countries are very important, one for the other. The U.S. is very important for Mexico, just the same as Mexico is very important for the United States. We share the most traveled border, through which every day legally more than 1 million people cross it, and over 400,000 vehicles. Commerce between our countries goes over $500 billion a year. We innovate and produce together. As far as national security, the daily cooperation among our governments is ever more important to face all the challenges of a complex world. So I had a very open and constructive discussion with Mr. Donald Trump. The objective of this meeting was to meet each other and to know about the bilateral relations. As far as commercial issues, I shared with Mr. Trump my conviction that the free trade of North America has done a lot of good to both the U.S. as well as Mexico. U.S. exports to Mexico are close to $200 billion a year. And according to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, more than 6 million jobs in the U.S. rely on the exports to Mexico. Our country buys more from the US than to Germany, Spain, France, Italy, Japan, and the UK together. A lot of jobs in the manufacturing industry in the US were not moved over to other areas of the world precisely because together we have developed a manufacturing platform competitively in the North American continent. Together, 40% of the content of the Mexican content is made in the US. As partners, we need to work together to avoid all the jobs leave our region. However, this doesn't mean that the free trade agreement, the North American free trade agreement, may not be improved to benefit both parts. Telecom is an agreement that was signed over 22 years ago. The next president of the US will find in my government a partner willing to build the route to modernize telecom so that it will become more effective and to generate more higher quality jobs and better paying jobs in both countries. I don't think that commerce must be considered a zero-sum game so that only one wins and the other one loses. To the contrary, it must be seen as an effort that generates value to both parts and that makes our North American region the most competitive and innovative in the world. With regards to border issues, I have a very clear vision. The border must transform itself in an asset for our region. We have great advances in the last few years, working very closely with the Obama administration. And with the next administration, we must accelerate these efforts so that the Mexican-United States border is more efficient and safe. However, an important number of U.S. citizens chases the border as a real problem because undocumented persons and illegal drugs cross the border onto the U.S. Undocumented immigration from Mexico to the U.S. had its highest point 10 years ago, and it has slowed down consistently, even to the point of being negative in a net effect at this point. Even so, we know that it continues to be a shared challenge, including the increasing number of non-Mexicans that cross our country to go to the U.S., which create, in fact, a great humanitarian crisis. However, this is a clearly incomplete vision of the border issues because it doesn't account for the illegal flows that come southbound, including weapons and cash. Every year, thousands of dollars, millions of dollars and weapons come in from the north, which strengthen the cartels and other criminal organizations that generate violence in Mexico and obtain gains from the drug sales in the U.S. This flow must be stopped. What we need is an integral focus regarding the border that serves the challenges of undocumented people and illegal drugs and weapon flows as cash, all the same. Many lives may be saved in both sides of our borders if the criminal organizations stop receiving all the weapons and cash that today allow them to pursue their criminal endeavors. Illegal weapons, drugs, and cash flows in both directions have multiple negative consequences on both sides of the border. Our border must be seen as a joint opportunity. Both countries must
invest more in it, more infrastructure, more people, and more technology to make it more safer and more efficient. I do admit that recognize that the natural right that every country has to